First, I think that you all should use general revenues. You all, and many states do this, but you all in particular, you have a number of special revenues. The sales tax, it goes in several different places. You've got some of the education funding. I would do general revenues. So allow those special revenues to be diverted to the places they need to go. Let's focus on the general revenue number. I also have a strong preference for using actual tax collections, not projections. As good as every person estimating revenues for the state is, it's not perfect, and it's never going to be perfect. And you don't want to have a situation where you've triggered a tax cut and then something happens where that calculation was wrong. So I like using actual tax collections after they've happened. And then I would build in that growth measure. I like 3%. I think that's a reasonable amount for inflation plus population growth. You can tweak that number as you like. So how would this work? At the end of the fiscal year, the state would certify its general revenue collections for the year. And if growth has exceeded 3%, that excess would go towards triggering these tax cuts. We've talked about this before, but I'll make sure to point it out because it's a key point. That 3% a year, however, needs to be adjusted back to a starting point, say January 1, 2019, or beginning of the fiscal year for 19, whatever you want it to be. What you don't want to happen is the Oklahoma example, which we talked about before. Revenues fall off, they increase, but you're still below where you started. So you want that 3% adjustment, but you want it to be harkened back to that original point in time. You don't want to trigger tax cuts when you're coming out of a revenue dip. So you combine all of those things together. General revenues that have been certified at the end of the fiscal year, you've adjusted them for some sort of growth, say 3%, but you also then go back and you calculate that back to that point in time.
Okay, we've got a question. Before that though, the F&A guys, after we get done with here, would you all be able to come get a quick answer a couple of questions about our revenue growth in general revenue historically over the last 3 or 4 years? If you could come up with something like that. Representative Johnson, you recognize it?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You're talking about a baseline, 3% growth. So the baseline would always stay what it was. And the baseline wouldn't grow by 3%, become a new baseline, or 2%, or 2.5%, whatever we decide. So that doesn't create a new baseline. We're just going to have 2019, 2020, some years, some number that will always be. And why would you not want to increase your baseline? Because the population growth is still there. And, you know, I'm just, if you could clarify, why in 10 years would we use the 2019 number to calculate that instead of creating a new baseline as we go along?
So you can do that, right? You can just say this is you can just enumerate what that revenue number is. I'm saying that you want to take whatever you're saying the revenue collections are in 2019. You would adjust those forward every year, and then you want 3% in addition to that in any year. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you want to make sure that, again, because you don't want just the 3%, because if revenue falls off, so you want that extra protection, right? So you're building in natural growth just because of inflation and population, and then you're saying it's the excess above that that I'm really trying to capture. And as you get through, and this will be more for BLR, but Michigan does this actual kind of approach, and so there's actually some language of how Michigan does it that they can draw upon to kind of really walk through the mechanics